Hey y'all, it's Michelle from Monkey's Creations. We're playing with gadgets today. But first, I gotta find my glasses. Oh. That's on my head, y'all. What's up? It's Monday. Happy Monday. When you come in, say hey. Let me know you're here. Excuse me. Hello, Tina. How are you? I hope y'all missed that first part. Because I was looking for my glasses and it's on my head, y'all. So, I get so many questions about my toys, my gadgets, not my toys, my gadgets that I play with when I make wreaths, that I figured it would just be a gadget day. So, I'm trying to get y'all, oh, you seen it? Okay, now I got you. Now I can see your comments. Hello, y'all. So, I've got the impulse sealer. I've got the zip tie gun. I've got the pearly weights. I've got the easy tail. I've got my styrofoam cutter. And this is what I use to put my holes in the Unique and the Creek boards. So I am going to show y'all all of these fun gadgets. Hey, y'all. Thanks for popping in. You're cutting mesh the impulse sealer as we speak. Awesome. So I've got so many things and so little plugs that we're gonna do things kind of in a sequence. So I'm gonna start with the styrofoam cutter because then I need to put in my glue gun. So let me kind of put all of this to the side. Does the shipping thing in Houston affect me? I hope not. The shipping, the Houston Center is back and open. It may take them a few days because Houston is the major postal hub here. So your packages may be delayed a little bit, but hopefully it won't affect too much. So I'm going to plug in. Now this is the styrofoam cutter I use. Now my other one broke, and it was my fault it broke. So I have the smaller one. They do come in longer, longer strips, longer heating elements. But this is the only one they had. And I did find this one at Michael's. So I know Michael's has them. Hobby Lobby had stopped carrying them, but they may have them back again. I'm not sure, but you can definitely get them on Amazon. So I'm just going to turn this thing on, and we'll let it heat up just a second. Hold that there. So what I do is, look at this big old knife, y'all. Hello, happy fall. Hello, y'all. Let me catch up on. So basically, to make sure I get a straight line, I take this bread knife and I basically just find my center and just score it all the way around. And if you do it this way, you will come back to the point that you started. And that way you know you get a perfectly round circle, okay? Picking the boys up from school. Hello, New York. I'm just scoring the ball with the knife just to make sure that I get a perfectly round circle. And then I come back hopefully y'all can see this. It's smoking because there's styrofoam still on it. I'm trying to figure out. And then I know y'all can, let me see if I can zoom in here so y'all can see what I'm doing. Over here in the corner. So I'm gonna follow the line that I scored with my knife, and we're just gonna take it all the way around, and it basically just melts the styrofoam as you're going. Can y'all see that? Now, if you get one with a longer wand, it will cut directly through this one. But this is the shorter wand that I have. So it's not gonna go through all the way through this ball because it is the short wand. So let me turn that off. So basically, if you do that and then take your knife on the bigger styrofoam balls and just kind of push it down through there again, just to get that center done, you can pop it, and then you have a nice styrofoam ball cut in half. Okay? So those wands cut through here like butter, y'all. Kind of hard to hear me? All my stuff is up all the way. So not sure. I can maybe try to move this closer to me and see if that helps, but so there you go. How awesome was that? I love, especially when I was doing all of the like the ladybugs and the bee kits. That thing came in handy because I had heads everywhere, y'all. So that's that. So let me get this unplugged, and I'm gonna turn my glue gun on because I'm also gonna show y'all how I make my centers. So let me get my glue gun going. Let me get this out of the way. You guys can hear me fine? Okay. So any questions while my glue gun is heating up about the styrofoam wand? No questions? Okay, so those are pretty easy. They can be found at Michael's, maybe Hobby Lobby now, but definitely on Amazon because I already looked on Amazon before I came live. So this is gonna go with my center. So the zip tie gun. So basically all you're gonna do, now these can be found on Amazon. You can get them at Harbor Freight, probably Lowe's, Home Depot, any of those places should have the zip tie gun, okay? So basically all you're gonna do is put your zip tie together with whatever you have. I have a piece of yarn right here. So we're just gonna tighten this piece of yarn in there. So all you're gonna do, I'm trying to make sure that y'all can see this, is put that zip tie right through there, and those teeth, as you pull the trigger, is going to tighten and cut your zip tie all at the same time. Okay? Lowe's didn't have them. Uh-oh. Yeah, I've gotten so many questions about the tools that I use that I figured I would just come live and just show you all the tools, and then if y'all have any questions about them, we can get them answered. How about that? I should have grabbed. Now y'all have seen me use these pearly weights, okay? So, let me see if I can bring y'all down just a little bit. My table is a mess right now. But the good thing about these is when you're cutting your mesh, it comes in a 21 and it comes in a 10. So you can put the 21 right down on your mesh if you don't have one of those holders, and it will hold your mesh in place as you're cutting them, okay? Same thing with the 10. You can do the same thing. I use the 10 all the time, especially if I'm doing the Unique in the Creek boards to measure my poofs on the boards. I'm always doing 10-inch poofs, so I just slide that down into the board, use this to measure my poofs. And then if you're doing the burlap flowers that are 5 to 5.5 inches, and you want to cut it on a diagonal, it's the perfect, you just line up your starting and ending point, and you put this right down. Oh, y'all can y'all see that? Let me move back. And you have take your cutter, and you have a perfect slant on your burlap, okay? So these these are called Pearly Weights, and they're by Pearl Higgins, and it's pearlswhimsicalwreaths.com, okay? So these are awesome. I love them. Hello, hello. Leaves an inch. Oh, and I still have to cut with scissors. Okay, so if you're doing it backwards, Beverly, you're probably doing it backwards. So turn your gun around and try it the other way. Because I do that occasionally, and it will leave a little bit of that zip tie hanging up. But if you turn it around, then you'll probably get it. Okay, so do me a favor, turn it around and see if that works better. Could a person use Decomesh tubing for gnome? Yes, absolutely. I haven't tried it, but I don't know why it couldn't be done. But yeah, absolutely. So another one is the Easy Tails. Now this is from Tina from Out in the Country Blanks and More. So it's the perfect way to cut your tails. And of course, the one thing I didn't grab was scissors. Hold on. I'll just grab these because they're right here. So all you have to do, let me get the pen, is, and this is 14 inches. So this is typically the size we use for our tails. Awesome, you got the snowman. Isn't he cute? He is so cute. So all you're gonna do is wrap this around. Now it does come with a hair tie, so you can put your tie on it, just like that. And then all you have to do is take your scissors. There's a gouge right here. Take your scissors, run them right through, and it's the perfect way to cut your tails, y'all. So normally with some of those others, you have to struggle getting them off of, like if you were doing it with these, this is just an example, you would have to struggle getting it off of there and then cutting them. Well, with this one, you can cut it right on there because it's already set for your scissors to go right through there. Awesome, right? So these are Tina's Out in the Country Blanks and More Easy Tails. Awesome, Connie, you're so welcome. So any questions so far? No questions? All right, so let's get these out of the way. Hello, Cincinnati. What else? Get those out of the way. No questions so far? Yes, I'm drinking a Big Red. Yeah, diabetes in the making. Okay, so let's do the center. My gun should be hot enough. So all I do for my centers, if y'all can see, so this is my center. This is one of the centers I made. So I basically, you don't have to fight with getting this edge lined up or showing or anything like that. All you're gonna do is take a skewer or anything you have, the head of a pencil, anything like that. You're gonna find your center and you're gonna take whatever it is and put a hole right in the center, just like that. Hello. You're so welcome. Yeah, I've had so many questions. I was just like, let's just do it live. I started tape on the end of my board so it holds the ribbon and you don't have to hold it. Oh, there you go. That's another good tip. Absolutely. All right, so then I'm gonna take, this is just the first thing I grabbed. You're gonna take and you're gonna put, do I need to bring y'all down a little bit? You're gonna put a little bit of hot glue down in that center, okay? And then you're just going to stick that right down in there, just like that. Aha! And get these. You'll save your fingers. I promise. Okay. I do use floral pens, especially on the bigger braided rope when I'm doing these, just to make sure. So if the glue gives out, you've still got your floral pens holding this braid onto your styrofoam, okay? So then we're just gonna start putting the glue around. Just like that. And then where I stop, I just take one of my floral pens and stick it right up underneath. It can be kind of tough, but just work it. It'll go in there, I promise. Just to ensure that your middle does not go anywhere, okay? And then we just keep going. I find it easier just to throw this on the floor, y'all. that way it doesn't start getting all tangled up. And then wherever the hot glue stops, I go ahead and just stick another floral pin. Right down in there. You were shopping at Walmart. What'd you get? Now I do use Gorilla Glue, so it's one of the best you can get. Or Surebond makes a good glue. I just usually stick with Gorilla Glue. Hello, hello. Alice, we're not really making anything. We're just showing you all my fun tools, all my fun toys. It is easy, Phyllis. You just gotta play with it. But see how nice that senna's coming out? You don't see the cut edge from the rope where you did your last one. This glue gun is actually a cordless glue gun that I got from Hobby Lobby. I think it's usually like $20, but use your coupon, get it cheaper, and I love it. Oh, I think that one. Any questions so far? It does leak a little bit, but it has a thing here that catches it. I think most glue guns do. Well, I know all of mine do anyway. So this rope I actually get at Hobby Lobby as well. It's just the braided rope in the ribbon section. So one roll of this, you can get 2 flower sennas out of. Okay, so get it on sale. Hey y'all. Thanks for popping on and keeping me company. Ooh, I can feel that Big Red. My daughter went to Walmart. And she knows I love Big Red, but I hardly ever drink it because I don't drink caffeine, y'all. And it's got me going. Shoo-wee. So is anybody doing anything exciting today? I guess it's Monday. Recovering from the weekend. This is, let's see how big this one is. Well, let me use one that's not. This is a 4.7 inch. Those are usually the size I use for my sennas. This one is really big. I was going to use it for a nautical wreath, and then I just never finished it. Still there. I'm going to do it one day. another glue stick, y'all. But don't these make cool centers? You haven't done anything all day. Your body would malfunction. Yeah, I don't drink caffeine, y'all. And so when I do, it's, ugh. You want to know my favorite drink with the Big Red? We have a Mexican restaurant almost right across the street from us, and they make the best margaritas. And what they do is this one's not feeding. They make the margarita, and then they take a pony Big Red, which is like a small, well, that one's not going in there, y'all. Which is like a small Big Red, and they turn it upside down in the margarita. Oh my God, best margarita you've ever had. What's cracking? For the angels, I use the 4.7 as well. So I generally use the 4.7 for all of my stuff. Okay, so we've come to the end. Hey, Tay. Oh, she went back into her room. Let me grab another glue gun real quick, y'all. Or not another glue gun, but another glue stick. Booze Cruise. You drink coffee all day long? How do you do it? Like, I'm already, look at me. And that's just, I've only had like that much of the Big Red. And I'm like, but they're so good, y'all. So see, I already made one flower center with this, and I still have that much left, y'all. So all I'm gonna do is just cut this off. And basically, I'm just gonna hot glue this end to the bottom. Anybody else like that crackle sound? I love that crackle sound. Just like that. And then I'll take some more floral pens and drive them in there just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Just like that. So there is our flower center. Isn't that awesome? In about an hour. Like bacon in a frying pan, exactly. So you don't see where you stopped and started on the top. So just get you something, put a hole right down in the middle, and there you go. Voila! And that glue just dripped on my hands from the bottom of it. Ow! If you guys weren't here with me, I would be cussing. Okay, so that's it on that. So let's get this stuff out of our way. I know, I love it too. I love making these centers. All right, so let's get that out of the way. Now, what else? Let's do the impulse sealer. So this is, let me see if I can spread that out a little bit. So here's the impulse sealer, y'all. Let me turn this glue gun off and unplug it, because I'll need the plug for this thing. All right. You know Rose would have cussed. Oh yeah. I'm cussing in my head. Caffeine makes you cuss. What is the rope called? It is, what did I just do with it? It's called the Robert Stanley Collection. It really doesn't have a name on it, but that's it. It's just a 15-foot cord that you get in the ribbon section at Hobby Lobby. So usually every other week they have other stuff like this 50% off. So I go, this is my most used color. So every other week I'm there buying them out, y'all, because I make so many flowers. So yeah, and I mean, I just love the sennas they make. And this is, they also have this color as well. So this is the blue and white you can get in the same section at Hobby Lobby for your more nautical sunflowers. So you're so welcome. Had tons of it the other day. You haven't used it? Girl, get it out. Because once you start using it, yes, goes on sale next week. So this week it's flowers, next week it's mesh and ribbon. All right, so let me get this thing plugged in, but I didn't plug it in yet because I wanted y'all to see the front of it with the model number, if y'all can see that. So this is the 16-inch impulse sealer. You do not need a 16-inch impulse sealer, okay? All you need is the 12-inch because you can't cut 21-inch mesh with this. And I wasn't thinking when I bought it. So save yourself a few dollars. Just get the 12-inch. It's going to do the same thing as mine. But you're saving money and I didn't, okay? So this is what I use. It does come with the, you know, the least, oh, I guess I can take that off my finger, from 1 to 9. I always leave mine, am I going the right way? I always leave mine on 9. So I cut mine at the highest heat level I can, okay? You're a coward, Peggy, get it out. You weren't thinking either, you got the bigger one, Sue. So always put it at the 9, okay? So I'm gonna put it this way so I can plug it in, y'all. Now, I never do this inside, y'all. I always do it outside. I'm only doing it inside to show y'all. I'm trying to make it so it'll reach the plug. There we go. Okay, so can y'all still see me? Okay, so the biggest question I get is, will it cut your jute? No, it's not going to cut and seal your jute. What it will do is it will seal the plastic in between the jute pieces, okay? So then all you have to do, if you want to do it, is just go back and cut the jute, okay? So you'll see what I'm saying. So I've got it on, or it goes to 8, not 9, y'all. So I've got it on the highest level. And I'm just going, you're going to push it down, and you're not going to be able to probably see, maybe if I go this way, because you'll see a light come on. Bring it down just a little bit more. So you will see this light come on once you push this lever down, okay? And so I'll just do it and you'll see. So you push it down. When it goes off, you just lift it up, and you'll hear it too because it kind of clicks. Now I do recommend using these masks, y'all. So if you're doing them inside, if you don't have pets or anything like that and you're doing it inside, wear a mask. If you have pets inside, please do not cut or seal your mesh inside with your animals, okay? Because they can get as sick as we can, okay? So if you can see that, I don't know if you can or not, it did seal the mesh, but it did not seal the jute because it can't, okay? So all you're gonna do is take your scissors and just cut right along that same line that you just sealed, because your mesh is sealed and it will not fray. See that? So you sealed your mesh and then you just cut your jute. Does that make sense? Your light stopped, so I changed the fuse. Then the blade is not, oh no! That's no good. I don't know. You may still get an occasional fray, but you can see how much I'm pulling on this. I mean, I'm pulling pretty hard and it's not fraying. Okay, so I was gonna bring, I don't have a heavily fooled piece right here. So this mesh is just the really light full, hardly anything in there at all. So we're going to push it down, red light comes on, off, and it comes right off. And so what end did I just seal? Right here. So there is your sealed edge. Still pulling on it and no fraying. Yep, you can use a wood burner too. Absolutely. How do I get the measurements right? What I do is I line it up outside in my garage. I have another mat out there. And I take my, I don't have it right here. I take my measuring, what do you call it? Measuring tape. And I measure it from the heat element down to my board. Because remember, it goes at a slant. It doesn't go at a straight line. So I measure it this way to my 10-inch mark. That way I know I'm getting my 10 inches, 20 inches, 35 inches, whatever I'm using, okay? The gnome was 3 1/4, I believe. So that's how I get my measurements. So you want to make sure you measure it at a slant, because that's how your mesh is going in. See how it slants down? See how easy that cut it? And I'm still pulling on it and no fraying. Isn't that awesome? Oh, there you go, perfect. Thanks, Nancy. I just measure mine every time because I don't use the same measurement Yeah, you can use a soldering iron, anything. I think so many people have the heat sealers now that I wanted to just show everybody how to use them. But you want to make sure if you're doing it inside and you don't have pets to wear your mask, okay? So I did get one, but I cut mine outside, so I don't worry about it. Now, poly burlap. Poly burlap is a little bit thicker than your regular Decomesh, okay? So sometimes you have to do this one twice. This was just a scrap piece I had. So you do the poly burlap the same way. Oh, awesome, Penny. I'm glad it helped. Let me refresh my computer. What do you do when you get the wonky or wavy mesh? When you pull it down to cut it, it shouldn't be wavy. No, I'm doing this. It's awkward. So see how it, when you pull it here on this end to cut it, you shouldn't get waves at all, okay? It should straighten out. So what I'm gonna do here, a lot of times you have to seal your poly burlap twice. Not always, but every once in a while you'll have to. Now with this one, this is the basket weave. So when you're sealing your basket weave, try to make sure you get in between these gaps and not here, okay? Just so you have a nice cleaner finish. Okay, so a lot of times, now I'm gonna try it and we'll see. I'm just gonna do it once. And all of it came except that one little piece. But sometimes, every once in a while, if you have the regular, I wish I should have grabbed a piece of it, but I didn't. If you have the regular poly burlap, not the basket weave, if you have to do it twice, don't move it, okay? You're just gonna leave it in there, and I'm gonna show you. You're just gonna leave it in there, do it. If you've already cut a piece and you know it didn't cut the first time, lift your level up just a little bit and put it right back down. Okay, so sometimes you may have to do it twice. So do it the first time, get the feel of whatever heat setting you're on. If you have it on 8, you should only have to do it once, unless you need to change your heating element or anything like that, okay? Yeah, they're usually, this one I think was a little more expensive because it's the bigger one, but you only need the 16-inch, okay? Because you can't, or the 12-inch, because you can't cut 21-inch mesh with it. So save you some money, get the 12-inch, the smaller one, and it should be like $30, $40, depending on where you get it, okay? So see how easy this thing is? Now it does stink, especially the poly burlap. Now see how that one didn't cut it twice? Did I move mine? So we'll just go in and do it one more time. Did I unplug it? Oh, is it a higher wattage? I didn't know that. Is the sealer better? I don't know, Sue, to be honest, because I've never used the wood burner. So I can't honestly answer that. Is somebody else on here that maybe can answer that if you've used it? Hello, Lori. Can you cut poly? Yeah, I just did. This is poly burlap. and I just did. It's just the basket weave, but it's still poly burlap. If you are sealing one side, does the other? Yep, it sure does, because it's sealing both ends. See, I'm pulling both ends, and neither of them are coming off. Now you're still, you can't, you're gonna occasionally get that one or two, but I mean, I'm pulling on them, and it's not going anywhere, y'all. Okay? You are late to the party. Where you been? Any other questions? Now you can just wipe this off. A lot of people will use parchment paper on top of this, and then put, you know, their mesh or whatever on top of the parchment paper. So you don't have to worry about cleaning your element, but it's up to you. I mean, mine probably needs changed. I've used it so much, but definitely wear your mask, y'all. Any other questions? About the impulse sealer. So it is really, I love it, y'all, especially when you're doing your poly burlap sunflowers and all that. It's great. Now, do I use it all the time? No. If I'm doing, you know, the crumple or something like that, where I'm gonna hide my edges, my cut edges, I don't worry with it, because it does take longer to use. But if I'm hiding those cut edges, I don't seal mine. Any other questions? Does that make sense? Anything else you want me to show you? I have not changed my heating element yet. No, ma'am. Well, hello, Elizabeth. Where you been? I was waiting on you too. Okay, so if there's no more questions on that, you can clean it with just Clorox wipes. Yeah. At least that's what I do. I just clean mine with Clorox wipes. Okay, now the last thing I'm going to show you is what I use to put holes in my Unique in the Creek board. What did I do with my... Why I'm using my scissors like that. Awesome. Thank you so much. So this is what I used for all of the daggone butterfly bodies that went out of this house. This is what I used to put the holes in the boards. Now it's just a rotary tool that comes with different heads that you can take out. I got this at Walmart. It was only like $13. But let me get it plugged now. This is loud. So if you have earbuds in, I'm warning you to take them out now. Do you use a bow maker? Yeah, I have them all. I have the Pro Bow, the Easy Bow, the Bow Dabra. Yeah. Okay, So the Unique and the Creek board, let me bring you down just a little bit. So I'm basically just, it's on max, which is the speed that it's gonna go at. So basically, now this is gonna get really loud because I'm gonna turn it on, but I'm gonna put a hole right here. Now, here's the other thing. When you do it the way I do it, what I did was, I then, because your plastic is melting, so the plastic is going to be on the other side where your hole is. Take a paint scraper, right after you do it, scrape it off and it'll come off just like that, okay? On how I make my bows. Oh, Lord. All right, so I'm gonna turn it on, it's gonna get loud. So just that quick and easy, and you have your hole in the board. And a lot of times if you scrape that off right after you do it, it'll come right off. You agree on a bow maker session. I don't like the Bodabra, y'all. I tried it. I just don't care for it. But forever, I couldn't figure out the Easy Bow either. Any questions on that? So that easy, put holes in your boards. I couldn't figure that. Generally, that's the only thing I use now is the Easy Bow. How did I cut the board? I have a jigsaw. Used to collect dust. It's still struggle. Yeah, the only thing I use my Bodabra for is if I'm doing ruffles or something like that. I just stick them down in and then just pull them out. It's just my mesh holder, really. All right. Today that y'all want to see. I'm freezing up. We've got some storms heading in again, y'all. Oh, there you go. Yeah, making the rag bows. That definitely works. Yeah, it's getting ready to storm here again. So, what was the tool called again? What tool? You're so welcome. Yes, the gnome is the yarn from Hobby Lobby that I cut at 20 inches and then put 3 strips in each of the zip ties. And then you can just use any ribbon for the hat. If you want to get away with using just 1 roll of ribbon, cut your tails at 13 inches, and then you won't have to break out another roll. So yeah, that's what I did. This is what the yarn looks like when you get it. And I got this from Hobby Lobby only because it was on sale last week. So this week it's not on sale. Oh, this thing? This is just a rotary tool. Yeah, it's yarn bee. I think I threw that thing away. I do still have how many you need though. Do y'all want that again? So for the gnome, you need 32 ribbon tails, and you need 26 bunches of 3. Does that make sense? So you need 26 bunches of 3 per zip tie. So you need 26 altogether because you have 26 zip ties, and then you put 3 bunches in each zip tie. Now, can you play and probably get away with less yarn? Yes, I think you could. So if you wanted to, I'm trying to, somebody do the math because I'm not. If you're trying to just get away with using one thing of yarn, maybe alternate 2 and 1 or 3 and 2 or 3 and 1, and you may get away with just using 1, but I used almost 2 on this one. You're so welcome. Oh, Joanne's had it on, oh, well, Hobby Lobby had it, it was, if you're making a Christmas tree of ribbon, what size, what is the, oh, I just missed that. What is the size that you cut your ribbon? I have the tree boards and I've never made a Christmas tree. So I honestly can't tell you. I can just assume that you would need at least 2 rolls of ribbon, at the least. And you can use 1.5, you can use 2, you can use 4, you can use, 1 4 and a 2.5, and alternate them that way. But I've honestly never made one, so I can't tell you. Yes, I did skip. Yeah, so the bottom 3 rows are his beard, and then I skipped this entire row, and then from here up are the ribbon tails. Now if you wanted, you could do another row of his beard or another row of his hat, but I kind of like this proportion between his hat and beard, so I left that row empty. No, this is just, I think this is just 2 inch. No, it's 2.5. And this is the, that's the ribbon I got from, it's that big roll of ribbon that they have at Hobby Lobby. I thought I had it right here. But it's like the 50-yard roll at Hobby Lobby that they have for like $10. I don't know where it went. This table's a mess. I'm knee deep in fall, y'all. Yeah, it was the 50-yard roll from Hobby Lobby. So it was $9.99, and then you got it 50% off. So, you could probably get 4 or 5 gnomes out of that roll. Bye, Debbie. Thanks for joining me. Don't do bows without you. All right, so if y'all don't have any other questions, those are most of my toys. So I hope you Do you spray all your mesh wreaths with? I do not spray all of them. Yeah, it's wired. It's wired. I mean, it's on the cheaper side of wire. It's not the very good ribbon, definitely. But I do not spray all of my wreaths, but I definitely do my flowers. Y'all want me to show you what I use? I think I got one right here. Yeah, I do. So this is what I use to spray my flowers. So it's just the Rust-Oleum clear gloss, so it bonds to plastic and helps, you know, it's fast drying, non-yellowing, and UV resistant. So the nose is just a styrofoam ball, but you want to make sure you get the gloss, y'all, because if you spray a matte finish, especially on that heavily fulled mesh, you're going to get a dull mesh. So definitely get the gloss so that you don't dull your flower. Not the mesh? What are you talking about? Bye, Denise. You can spray your whole wreath with this if you wanted. Okay, any other questions? Did I answer everything? If not, ask me again while I'm looking at my screen. Look, y'all got, I got yarn all over this house, y'all. Yeah, Eternal Bliss is what I used for his beard. You're so welcome, DNA. Yes, I got a sale coming up. I got some awesome. I can't get away, but can you just say Harlequin? Harlequin, y'all, it's coming this week. I would do the UV protectant, especially if the door gets all of that sun, just so it lasts longer. Name of the clear weight bars. They are Pearly Weights, and it's pearlswhimsicalwreaths.com. And you can find her on Etsy as well. You're so welcome. Oh, this is, one of y'all made this for me and sent it to me. And I just forgot her name. Peg, oh, what's her name? But she makes these. So it's just a weighted bag that I put my zip ties in. So if I'm working in my craft room, I just take my bag with me. And if I come out here, I bring my bag back out. And it just hangs right here because it's weighted on the side of my table. This spray you can get anywhere. Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's. Oh, that's a long one. And I missed it. That was too long. I missed it. I'm sorry. Yarn for the beard came from Hobby Lobby, but I'm sure Michael's has it as well. It was just on sale last week at Hobby Lobby. You got one of those bags? Aren't they awesome? All right. Any other questions? It's 3 o'clock. Y'all know I gotta scramble and try to clean up the kitchen before my hubby get home. So any other questions? Who's gonna bring out their impulse sealer now? Get it out of the box if you already have it. Don't be intimidated. It's very easy to use, y'all. Oh, who's mad? Who needs a hug? Somebody needs a hug, y'all. You too, Michelle. I do not spray my ribbon. You need 1 or 2 of these bags. I wish she was on here. Who made this? Peggy, I want to say Peggy Aldridge, I think. I know she was on my live the other day, and quite a few people ordered them from her. So I'll see if I can find out. Oh, somebody else is mad. Give these people a hug, y'all. They need a hug. They need some love. All right. Well, I am out of here. Y'all have a great day. We're going to get some storms again. And I'm going to start cleaning. Yes, the sale is coming. It's going to be awesome. So I will check in with y'all tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.